Most people think they lose peace because of difficult people. They blame rude strangers, toxic co-workers, family members, critics. But Stoicism teaches something uncomfortable. Nobody can make you angry without your cooperation. Nobody can control your emotions unless you hand them the keys. And the moment you stop reacting automatically, something changes. Difficult people lose their influence. Arguments lose their attraction. Chaos loses its power. Because calm is not weakness. Calm is control. Tonight, we're diving into something that touches every single one of us: anger. Picture this: someone cuts you off in traffic, and your chest tightens like a storm about to break. Or maybe a careless comment from a coworker lingers in your mind all day, replaying over and over until you're exhausted. Even the smallest slight, an eye roll, a dismissive tone, can feel like the world pressing down on you. You tell yourself you shouldn't let it get to you, but it does. And what if I told you that every insult, every unfair criticism, every rude stranger is secretly testing you, not testing your intelligence or your strength, but something far more important: your ability to remain untouchable. They are playing a game, even if unconsciously. And the rules are simple: if you react, you lose. If you stay calm, you win. Once you understand this, anger stops being automatic. It becomes a choice. Now imagine a different reality. Imagine standing in that same traffic jam, but instead of clenching the wheel, you breathe easy, calm, unshaken. Imagine hearing a sharp remark from someone, but instead of reacting, you smile inwardly, untouched by their attempt to disturb your peace. Picture yourself in the middle of life's chaos: arguments, deadlines, unexpected setbacks, and instead of being dragged into anger, you walk through it like a mountain rooted deep, immovable, serene. Doesn't that sound like freedom? Doesn't that sound like power? And here's the real hook. The ability to never get angry or bothered by anyone isn't some mystical gift. It's a skill, a mindset, a discipline rooted in timeless Stoic wisdom that you can start building tonight. Anger isn't strength. Calmness is. The one who controls their emotions is stronger than the one who conquers cities. When you stop reacting, lies the kind of freedom emperors, warriors, and sages pursued for centuries. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca all knew the truth: the world will never stop challenging you, but you can stop being its slave. This video will show you exactly how. Tonight, we'll explore how to step through that door, one principle at a time, until you discover what it means to be truly unbothered. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Now, dim the lights and let's ease into tonight's journey together. Embrace willingness in life. The first and most vital step is learning to embrace life willingly, to receive everything, the good, the bad, and the unbearable, with a kind of inner openness. Now, let's be clear, this doesn't mean you must enjoy every circumstance or agree with every injustice. It means you stop fighting reality with clenched fists and instead meet it with open hands. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." Why did he say this? Because resistance is the true source of suffering. Picture yourself washing dishes at the end of a long day. If you grumble, if you tell yourself you shouldn't have to do this, Every plate feels like punishment. But if you lean into the act willingly, even with gratitude for the food you ate, for the water in your sink, for the chance to serve, you are no longer burdened. The task is the same, but your experience transforms completely. Epictetus said it even more bluntly: do not seek to have events happen as you want them to, but instead want them to happen as they do, and your life will go well. This isn't about blind surrender, it's about power. When you say yes to life, even in the face of hardship, you take back control of your inner state. Think about traffic jams. You can curse, pound the steering wheel, boil in frustration, or you can turn that car into a moving sanctuary. Play your favorite podcast, breathe deeply, reflect on the day. The situation hasn't changed, but you have. That is the quiet power of willingness. Voluntary versus forced action. One of the most overlooked truths in life is that the same act can feel like heaven or hell depending on whether it's chosen. When a deadline looms and you feel forced, the weight is unbearable. But when you volunteer your time to help a friend, when you give out of goodwill, even hard labor feels light. The act is the same, the difference is attitude. Forced action is chains. Voluntary action is wings. And every day you have the power to choose which you will wear. Try applying this in conflict. When someone insults you, you can react in anger, enslaving yourself to their words, or you can practice willingness. This person is acting from their nature, but I choose my own. In that single thought, you remain free, building a vision. But willingness isn't just about single moments, it's about the direction of your entire life. Ask yourself, what is my vision? What kind of life do I want to create? If your goals are small money, possessions, status, you will always feel resistance when circumstances block your path. But if your vision is larger growth, wisdom, inner freedom, then everything that happens, good or bad, becomes part of your journey. Even setbacks serve your purpose. This shift from trivial goals to a grand vision creates a deeper willingness. You no longer say, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, you say, "This too is part of my path." Daily practice. Willingness isn't a single choice you make once, it's a practice. Start small. Accept your mistakes without self-torture. Face inconveniences without complaint. Pause before resisting. Each moment of acceptance strengthens your resilience, like training muscles in the gym. With time, you'll notice something: the world no longer shakes you so easily. You stop being tossed around by every rude comment, every delay, every challenge. Instead, you walk through life with a calm strength, like a mountain that doesn't bow to the wind. Stop judging others. Now let us step into the second law of unshakable peace. Stop judging others. How often do you silently label someone? They're so annoying. He's lazy. She's selfish. Every judgment is like adding a stone to your own backpack. You think you're weighing them down, but in truth, you're weighing yourself down. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion." There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. The more you judge, the more you suffer. The trap of interpretation. External events do not disturb us. Our interpretations do. A colleague is late. Instantly, you think, irresponsible, and anger flares. But what if they were caring for a sick child? Suddenly, the same event softens. Nothing changed but your perspective. Or picture a waiter who spills water on your table. You could fume careless, or you could wonder. Maybe they're exhausted. Maybe this is their third double shift in a row. That single shift frees you from irritation and replaces it with empathy. Judgment versus discernment. But let's be clear, refusing to judge doesn't mean refusing to see. Stoicism doesn't ask you to be blind to right and wrong. It asks you not to let others' behavior dictate your peace. Yes, someone may act unfairly, but as Marcus said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. The truest power is not in condemning, but in living differently. A practice of empathy. Here's how to practice 1 by yours. Awareness. Catch yourself mid-judgment. Pause and ask, is this thought necessary? 2. Shift perspective. Put yourself in their shoes. What might they be carrying that I cannot see? 3. Release. Remind yourself differences are not threats. They are part of life's richness. When you do this, you discover something profound. Judgment is not only a cage for others, it's a cage for yourself. And when you set them free, you set yourself free. Ask yourself right now, do you want to hold on to anger, or do you want to live free? Every moment of judgment is a fork in the road toward bitterness or toward peace. The choice is yours. This next section expands the third principle, letting go of control, and develops it into a deep, emotional reflection with stories, Stoic wisdom, and practical application. Let go of control. If you've ever found yourself grinding your teeth at traffic, cursing a coworker's carelessness, or replaying a conversation over and over in your head, you've already experienced the truth of this next lesson. Most of our frustration comes from trying to control what we cannot. The Stoics taught us something radical, that peace is not found in bending the world to your will, but in aligning your will with the reality of the world. It's not about surrendering, it's about clarity. The illusion of control. Think about how much of your day is spent trying to control what lies outside your hands. You want people to respect you, so you try to control their opinions. You want the weather to match your plans, so you get upset when it rains. You want the traffic light to turn green just because you're late. But none of these things bend to your desire. And here's the painful irony: the tighter you cling, the more you suffer. Epictetus put it plainly: some things are in our control and others not. If you think things outside your control are within your power, you will suffer. The moment you accept this, your suffering begins to dissolve. The rush hour lesson. Picture yourself driving during rush hour. Horns blaring, red lights stretching endlessly. You're running late. Your thoughts spiral. Why can't people drive better? Why is the system so broken? Why me? But here's the truth. You cannot command the flow of cars. You cannot rewrite the city's traffic system in that moment. All you can control is your breath, your patience, your choice of reaction. So ask yourself in that instant, is my anger clearing the road, or is it only polluting me? That pause, that question, is the beginning of liberation. A story of a young entrepreneur. I once knew a young entrepreneur who poured years of his life into building a groundbreaking tech product. He dreamed of changing the industry, of revolutionizing the way people lived and worked. But when the product finally launched, the market barely responded. Customers didn't see the value. Investors backed away. He was crushed. Anger and bitterness took over. He accused customers of being blind, competitors of sabotage, colleagues of incompetence. But none of these accusations fixed his reality. They only chained him to it. One day, in exhaustion, he admitted, "I can't control them." And in that moment of surrender, he found clarity. He stopped wasting energy on blaming the world and began focusing on what he could control, refining the product, adjusting strategy, learning patience. Months later, not only did the company survive, it began to thrive. The market hadn't magically changed. He had. That is the Stoic way. The questions that free you. In moments of stress, the Stoics suggest you ask 3 powerful questions. 1. Mandin su. Is this within my control? If it's not, am I wasting energy by clinging to it? Or if it is, how can I respond wisely right now? These questions act like a compass, pointing you back to what truly matters: your own choices, your own character. The boat on the river life is like rowing a small boat on a vast river. You cannot command the current to stop. You cannot change the wind, but you can steer. You can row. You can navigate with patience and skill. The river will always flow. Your task is not to control it, but to learn how to move with it. Premeditatio malorum. The Stoics practiced a discipline called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Each morning, they would imagine what might go wrong: delays, insults, losses, disappointments, not to wallow in fear, but to prepare the heart. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Begin each day by telling yourself, today, I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness." By expecting life's imperfections, they robbed them of their sting. When trouble arrived, it was no surprise. They had already rehearsed their calm. You too can practice this. Before your day begins, whisper to yourself, "I may be criticized today. Someone may betray me. Plans may collapse. But none of this can touch my peace unless I allow it." Letting go is power. Many confuse letting go with weakness, but it is the opposite. Clinging is weakness because it binds you to what you cannot control. Letting go is power because it releases you to focus on what you can. A mother cannot take her child's tests for them. A worker cannot rewrite their boss's decisions. A traveler cannot stop the rain. But each can choose patience, resilience, perspective. That choice is where true control begins. When you stop demanding that the world bend to your will, you stop being its victim. A practical exercise. The next time you feel anger rising, pause and ask, what part of this is mine to control? What part belongs to the universe, not me? Then release the second part. Let it go like a stone dropped into water. Focus only on the first. Do this daily, and you will feel lighter. You will stop being pulled in 100 directions by things that were never yours to command. Peace is not found in controlling the uncontrollable. It is found in controlling yourself. When you let go of the world's grip on your mind, you discover a strange and beautiful truth: nothing can disturb you without your permission. You are no longer a slave to chance. You are the master of your response. Life flows like a river. Stop trying to dam it with anger. Learn instead to row with grace. This next section explores the Stoic principle of embracing imperfection in the world and expands it with emotional imagery, reflections, and practical application. Embrace imperfection in the world. Look closely at your frustrations. Beneath them, you will almost always find one hidden expectation: the demand for perfection. You expect people to be flawless. You expect life to unfold smoothly. You expect the world to cater to your sense of fairness. And when it doesn't, anger erupts. But the Stoics knew a profound truth. Imperfection is not the exception of life. It is its very essence. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you free yourself from endless disappointment. The root of frustration. Think about the last time you were upset with someone. Was it because they deliberately set out to hurt you? Or was it because they failed to meet your unspoken expectation? A coworker misses a deadline. A friend forgets a promise. A family member says something sharp. Your first thought: how could they but pause for a moment? Were you really expecting them to live without flaws, without mistakes, without the same lapses of judgment you yourself have made 100 times? Epictetus captured this truth perfectly. It is not events that disturb people. It is their judgments concerning them. It isn't the imperfect act itself. It's your demand that it should have been perfect. The presentation that fell apart. Let me give you a picture. You spend weeks preparing for an important presentation. You polish every slide, rehearse every line. But at the last moment, a colleague responsible for the data makes a glaring mistake. The numbers don't add up. The flow collapses. Your blood surges. Why did they ruin this? I worked so hard. But pause. Their mistake is already real. No amount of anger rewinds time. Your only choice is whether to burn yourself with rage or to respond with calm. You can stew in the demand that they should have been perfect, or you can accept the truth they were not. They are human, just like you. The choice determines whether you sink or rise. Marcus's morning practice. Marcus Aurelius had a morning ritual. Each day, before the world could disappoint him, he preemptively reminded himself, "Today I shall meet with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness, all of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good or evil." Why would an emperor begin the day with such a grim forecast? Because he understood reality. By expecting imperfection, he robbed it of its power to shock him. When it came, he was ready. This is not pessimism. It is armor. It is the art of entering life prepared, instead of wounded by surprise. The everyday practice of acceptance. Take ordinary moments. When someone breaks a promise, instead of muttering, "I can't believe it," remind yourself people forget. You forget too. When you are misunderstood, instead of lashing out, pause and think. Maybe they didn't grasp my perspective. Maybe I wasn't as clear as I thought. When you hear rudeness, instead of immediately defending, ask, "Does this truly harm me? Or is it only my pride interpreting it as harm?" Every time you practice this shift, you train your mind to move from expectation to acceptance, from resentment to resilience. Relationships and the myth of perfection. Nowhere does the illusion of perfection harm us more than in relationships. We often expect our partner, our friends, or our family to read our hearts perfectly, to always understand us, to never falter, and when they don't, we feel betrayed. But even those who love us most are still human. They misread signals, they stumble in communication, they carry their own hidden battles. Instead of demanding, try asking, can I communicate more clearly? Can I extend the grace I hope they will extend to me? This shift transforms relationships. Disappointment gives way to empathy. Anger softens into compassion. Finding joy in flaws. Here's a paradox: when you truly embrace imperfection, you begin to see beauty in it. The world becomes more vivid, more human, more alive. The careless coworker. They give you a chance to practice patience. The grumpy stranger, they give you a chance to practice compassion. The broken plan, it gives you a chance to practice resilience. Perfection, if it existed, would leave no room for growth. Imperfection gives you endless opportunity to strengthen your character. Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free, and bravery is not found in avoiding imperfection, it is found in facing it with grace." The mirror of forgiveness. Ask yourself, have you ever made a mistake? Have you ever spoken carelessly, failed to deliver, or fallen short? Of course you have. And when you did, what did you hope for? Understanding, patience, forgiveness. If you crave those gifts for yourself, why not extend them to others? To embrace imperfection is not to excuse wrongdoing. It is to recognize the shared human condition. It is to remember that, like you, everyone else is stumbling through life as best they can. A practical exercise. Here's something you can try tonight before you sleep. Write down 3 moments today where you felt irritation. Then ask, was I expecting perfection? Did I demand flawlessness from someone who is human like me? Then flip it. Write down 3 of your own imperfections today, moments you fell short. Now imagine someone judging you harshly for those slips. Would it be fair? Would it help you grow? That exercise is a mirror. It reminds you that the grace you long for is the grace you must first give. The happiness of your life does not depend on a perfect world. It depends on the quality of your thoughts about this imperfect one. When you embrace imperfection not as a flaw to be fixed, but as the essence of reality, you free yourself from the endless cycle of frustration. Life does not need to be flawless for you to be at peace. It only needs your acceptance. Next, let's explore the principle of taking responsibility for your own emotions. Take responsibility for your feelings. By now, we've seen how peace can be built through willingness, through releasing judgment, and through embracing imperfection. But there is a deeper frontier still, the inner domain of your emotions. The Stoics asked one piercing question that shatters all illusions of blame. Who is responsible for your feelings, you or the world? Most of us live as if the answer is obvious. Of course it's the world. If someone insults me, they made me angry. If traffic delays me, it ruined my day. If my boss criticizes me unfairly, they destroyed my mood. But the Stoics point to a harder truth. No one makes you feel anything. Your emotions are yours. They rise not from the outside event, but from the judgments you attach to it. The supermarket lesson. Imagine this: you're standing in line at a crowded supermarket on a Saturday afternoon. The queue is long, everyone is restless. Suddenly, someone cuts right in front of you. No glance, no apology, just entitlement. Instantly, Your chest tightens. Anger surges. Thoughts race. How dare they? They disrespected me. Everyone saw it. At that moment, you have two choices. You can let their action dictate your emotional state, giving them the power to poison your mood for hours. Or you can pause and ask, is this moment worth my peace? They may be wrong, but your emotions belong to you. Why hand them over like spare change to a stranger in line? When you realize this, the irritation fades. You may still address the situation calmly, or you may let it pass, but either way, the decision is yours, not theirs. The emperor's reminder, Marcus Aurelius, who ruled the most powerful empire on earth, knew this struggle intimately. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Notice how he does not say you might have power, or that you should strive for it someday. He says you already have it. The challenge is not gaining control. It is remembering that the control was yours all along. Emotional chains. But why is it so hard to live this truth? Because from childhood, we are conditioned to link our emotions to external events. If someone praises us, we feel joy. If someone insults us, we feel pain. We live like puppets on strings, yanked around by the behavior of others. The Stoic path is the art of cutting those strings, to stop being a puppet, and to stand as a master of your own inner life. A workplace story. Picture this: you're at work. You've spent weeks perfecting a project. In the meeting, your boss looks at it and says, "This isn't good enough." No explanation, just blunt dismissal. Most people would burn with resentment. Their self-worth would collapse. They'd replay the words for days. But what if you remembered? In that very moment, my value is not determined by their opinion. My peace is not hostage to their mood. Their criticism is information, nothing more. Then you'd be free. You could take what's useful from their words and discard the rest. You'd remain calm, intact, unbroken. That is responsibility in action. The power of the pause. But how do you practice this? The first step is deceptively simple: pause. When something triggers you, do not react immediately. Take a breath. Create space between stimulus and response. In that space lies your freedom. Seneca advised, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Delay is power. It turns instinct into choice. It transforms reactivity into responsibility. Journaling for clarity. Another tool is journaling. Each evening, write down what upset you that day. Then ask yourself, did I hand control of my mood to someone else? Could I have chosen a calmer response? What belief or judgment fueled my emotion? This practice is not about self-blame. It is about self-awareness. Over time, patterns emerge. You begin to see which strings others are pulling, and you learn to cut them. A mirror of strength, Epictetus once said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Think about that. The very moment you feel anger rising, you also hold the power to revoke it, to choose again, to protect your inner fortress. Responsibility means refusing to let the keys to that fortress fall into the hands of anyone else. A practical exercise. Tomorrow, try this whenever you feel yourself reacting, whether to traffic, to criticism, to rudeness. Pause and whisper, "This is mine. My feelings are mine. No one can take them without my consent." You'll be surprised how quickly the fire dims. In short, to take responsibility for your emotions is not to deny them. It is to own them, to realize they are born in you and can be tamed by you. The world may insult, delay, criticize, or disappoint, but you always hold the final say. And when you accept that, you stop being a victim of moods and circumstances. You become their master. Shall we move on with part next, where we expand and unfolds the Stoic discipline of non-reaction, on the art of non-reaction, learning how silence, composure, and restraint can become your greatest weapons in a noisy, chaotic world. Practice non-reaction. Life is full of sudden sparks, small moments that ignite anger before we even realize it. A colleague criticizes you in front of others. A stranger cuts in line. Someone throws a sharp comment that slices right into your pride. And before long, the fire rises. You want to defend, to strike back, to prove your worth. But here is the truth. Every reaction is a surrender. When you lash out, you hand over your power. When you flare up, you place your peace in the pocket of the very person who disturbed you. Non-reaction, then, is not weakness. It is the refusal to be enslaved. It's not what happens. It's how you respond. Epictetus said it with clarity that still shakes the soul. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Think about that for a moment. You can't control the insult, the criticism, the rude gesture, but you can always control your interpretation and your response. That's where your real power lives. Imagine you're criticized in a meeting. Everyone's eyes turn to you. Your pride screams, "Defend yourself now." But what if, instead, you smiled and said calmly, "Thank you for the feedback. I'll consider it after I finish presenting my ideas." In that moment, the power shifts. You remain steady. The critic, expecting a fight, finds nothing to push against. You leave the room not burned by anger, but glowing with composure. The delay that saves you. Seneca gave us a practical remedy. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. Think of delay as a shield. When someone insults you, your instinct is to strike. But if you pause, if you let silence carry you instead of reflex, you create space. Space cools the fire. Try it with email. You receive a harsh message. Instead of firing back within minutes, wait an hour. Better yet, wait a day. When you finally respond, you do so with clarity, not venom. That is the quiet art of power. The donkey parable. There's a simple old saying, if a donkey kicks you and you kick back, you are both donkeys. How often do we descend to the level of those who provoke us? Someone shouts, and we shout louder. Someone mocks, and we mock back. But when you react in kind, you become a mirror of their weakness. Non-reaction is the refusal to be dragged down. It is the decision to rise above. Silence is not weakness. Silence often unsettles people more than words ever could. In an argument, when one person stops fueling the flames, the fire dies. When insults are met with calm, the insulter is left disarmed, sometimes even ashamed. Silence does not mean approval. It means discipline. It means you choose not to let someone else dictate the rhythm of your soul. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Non-reaction is that revocation. A story of restraint. I once knew a man who was publicly ridiculed at a gathering. Everyone expected him to explode. The insult was cutting, designed to humiliate. Instead, he simply smiled, raised his glass, and said, "May we all find a little more kindness tonight." The room shifted. The mocker looked small. The man walked away not humiliated, but admired. His restraint became his strength. His silence became his victory. A practical exercise. Here's something to try the next time someone irritates you, whether by cutting you off in traffic, speaking harshly, or criticizing you. Pause. Take one deep breath before you respond. In that single breath, ask yourself, if I react, do I gain peace or do I lose it? Does this moment deserve my energy? You'll be amazed how often the answer is no. Building the muscle of calm. Non-reaction is like any skill, it strengthens with practice. Start small. Don't respond to that text immediately. Don't correct every little mistake. Don't feed every provocation. Each time you resist the urge to react, you reinforce your inner fortress. In time, you'll discover something beautiful. Others no longer have power over your mood. They may shout, insult, or provoke, but you, steady as a mountain, remain unmoved. Non-reaction is not passive. It is the most active choice you can make. It is the refusal to waste energy on battles that do not deserve you. When you master silence, when you master the pause, you master yourself. And in mastering yourself, you become untouchable in a world that thrives on provocation. Continuing, Will explores the Stoic principle of selflessness and forgiveness. How letting go of resentment creates a deeper joy and opens the heart to peace. Find joy in selflessness. By now, you've walked far, you've embraced willingness, stopped judging, let go of control, accepted imperfection, taken responsibility for your emotions, and practiced non-reaction. Each of these steps lightens your spirit. But there is one more turn in this journey. A turn that transforms peace into joy. Selflessness. When anger fades, when judgment dissolves, something remarkable happens. A new space opens in the heart. A space not for bitterness, but for kindness. A space not for revenge, but for forgiveness. The Emperor's Morning Reminder. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Do you see the rhythm in those words? Life is not just survival, it is privilege. And with privilege comes the opportunity to give, to love, to forgive. When you begin the day with gratitude for existence itself, you carry less need to cling to petty insults. You stop asking, "Why did they hurt me?" and begin asking, "How can I lighten someone's burden today?" A workplace story. I recall a friend who worked in a high-pressure environment. He was constantly criticized, sometimes harshly, often unfairly. Many in his place would have grown bitter. But he did something different. Instead of reacting, he asked himself quietly, "What might they be going through that I cannot see?" Eventually, he learned that one of his most critical colleagues was facing immense personal struggles, financial strain, sleepless nights, overwhelming fear. Suddenly, the criticism no longer felt like a personal attack. It felt like a cry of pain. Rather than striking back, he chose to listen, to be patient, even to offer help when possible. The result: not only did their relationship heal, but the entire workplace atmosphere softened. Forgiveness, offered in silence, became contagious. Family and forgiveness. Think about family. How often do small disagreements spiral into big arguments? A relative criticizes you. A parent misunderstands. A sibling mocks. The words sting. But remember, their criticism often reflects their own wounds, not your worth. Their words are born of insecurity, fear, or pain you may never know. Forgiveness, then, is not about excusing their wrong. It is about refusing to let their pain poison you. It is about saying, I choose peace over resentment. I choose compassion over chains. Expectations and resentment. Much of anger in relationships arises from expectation. We expect others to act according to our private script. When they don't, we feel betrayed. But the world is not scripted, and people are not actors in your play. When you release expectations, anger dissolves. And in that release, forgiveness becomes natural. The joy of giving. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you helped someone without expecting anything in return? Perhaps you gave directions to a stranger. Perhaps you comforted a friend. Perhaps you offered kindness to someone who could not repay you. How did it feel? Light, peaceful, whole. That feeling is the joy of selflessness. Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. Forgiveness is mastery. It proves that others' actions cannot chain your spirit. It is freedom disguised as kindness. Modern science meets ancient wisdom. Even modern research affirms this Stoic truth. People who regularly practice acts of kindness and forgiveness report higher levels of happiness, lower stress, and longer lives. Ancient wisdom and modern psychology converge here. Forgiveness is not just moral, it is practical. It heals you even more than it heals the other. A practical exercise. Here's something simple. Tonight, reflect on someone who has irritated or hurt you recently. Instead of replaying the offense, ask, can I see this from their perspective? What might be driving their behavior? What do I gain by holding on to anger? What do I gain by letting it go? Then, if you can, release it. Write it in a journal. I forgive them not because they deserve it, but because I deserve peace. Do this often, and your heart becomes lighter than you imagined possible. Seneca's reminder. Seneca once wrote, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. That is the ultimate Stoic compass. You will never meet a perfect person. You will meet only fellow travelers, some broken, some tired, some clumsy. And every encounter, no matter how flawed, offers a chance for patience, empathy, kindness. Forgiveness is not about them. It is about you. It is the act of setting down a heavy stone you never needed to carry. It is the discovery that when you give grace, you receive freedom. To forgive is to declare, I am not chained to the past. I am not chained to others' mistakes. I choose peace. And in that choice, you become not just unbothered, but truly joyful. This epic finale will be where we weave together all 7 Stoic principles into one closing vision of inner freedom, resilience, and peace. The final weaving. A life untouched by anger. We began with a question: is it possible to live in this noisy, chaotic, demanding world and still remain unshaken, never angry, never truly disturbed by anyone? The Stoics answered with their lives. Marcus Aurelius, carrying the weight of an empire. Epictetus, born a slave yet rising to freedom in spirit. Seneca, navigating the dangers of politics and exile. Each endured storms greater than ours, yet found calm in the eye of those storms. Their secret not control over the world, but mastery of the self. Tonight, you have walked through 7 principles, 7 laws of freedom that form the foundation of that mastery. Let us bring them together now as one. The 7 laws revisited. 1. Embrace willingness in life. Stop resisting reality. Flow with it. Turn I have to into I choose to. This is the first doorway to freedom. 2. Stop judging others. Every label you throw sticks not to them, but to you. Release judgment and you release yourself. 3. Let go of control. The river will flow whether you rage or not. Peace comes when you steer your boat instead of trying to move the current. 4. Embrace imperfection. Expect flaws. Expect mistakes. Expect disappointment. And then, when it comes, you will stand ready, not wounded, but steady. 5. Take responsibility for your feelings. No one makes you angry without your permission. Your emotions are yours. Own them, master them, free them. 6. Practice non-reaction. Do not be the echo of others' weaknesses. Learn the pause. Learn the power of silence. Choose composure over chains. 7. Find joy in selflessness. When you forgive, when you give, when you extend kindness without expectation, you rise above resentment and discover true joy. Together, these laws form not just a philosophy, but a way of living, a way of becoming untouchable in a world that constantly tries to touch your nerves. The mountain and the storm. Picture a mountain. Around it, storms rage, lightning strikes, winds howl, rains flood. Yet the mountain stands. It does not resist the storm. It simply exists, unshaken. That mountain can be you. People will criticize. Strangers will offend. Life will throw hardship. But if your roots are deep, if your mind is grounded in these Stoic truths, you too can stand as the storm passes. Calm, steady, untouchable. A life of real power. Do you see what this means? Real power is not domination over others. Real power is not bending the world to your will. Real power is mastery over yourself. The world will always test you. Some will insult you to see if you crack. Some will disappoint you to see if you rage. Some will betray you to see if you collapse. Each test asks one question. Are you free, or are you still a slave to reaction? When you practice these principles, the answer becomes clear. I am free. A practical closing vision. Imagine tomorrow morning. You wake up. Instead of bracing for battle, you remind yourself, today I will face imperfection. Today I may be criticized. Today I may be tested, but none of it can control me. My peace is mine. And as the day unfolds, traffic, emails, rude comments, unexpected delays, you walk through them not as chains, but as exercises. Each test becomes training. Each challenge becomes a chance to practice your freedom. By nightfall, you realize something extraordinary. Nothing truly touched you. Nothing broke your calm. You lived as the mountain. And that, my friend, is the beginning of an unshakable life. The gift you give the world. But this path is not only for you. When you live without anger, when you remain calm in the face of provocation, You give a gift to everyone around you. You become an example. You become a mirror of strength. Your peace calms the anxious. Your forgiveness softens the bitter. Your patience steadies the impatient. In living the Stoic way, you do not just transform your own life, you ripple outward into the lives of everyone you touch. The final. So ask yourself, here and now, do I want to remain a prisoner of anger, a puppet to every slight, or do I want to walk free, unbothered, unbroken, unshakable? The choice is yours, always yours. Embrace willingness, release judgment. Let go of control. Accept imperfection. Own your emotions. Master non-reaction, and live in selfless joy. Do this, and you will not just survive this chaotic world, you will rise above it. You will walk among storms with the calm of eternity in your chest. You will become, in the deepest sense, untouchable. Take a slow breath in and let it out gently. You've carried many thoughts tonight, some heavy, some liberating, but now it is time to soften the edges. Remember, you are not defined by every storm you meet. You are not the anger you feel, nor the judgment you sometimes hold. You are something steadier, something deeper. Let the words settle like quiet ripples across still water. Let yourself rest in the calm you have discovered within. Tomorrow will bring its own challenges, but you will meet them with new strength, new patience, new peace. For now, close your eyes, breathe, and let stillness hold you. You are free. You are untouchable. Good night, sweet dreams.